The world of VR gaming might often seem like it's on its last legs these days, but you can never discount the passion or desire of developers to push boundaries on the platform. Luckily, 2025 promises to see a handful of virtual reality treats, all of which will continue to help players step into gaming worlds in a way simply not possible on a traditional TV screen. Here's our selection of the 10 most exciting VR games set to release throughout the rest of 2025. Hitman: World of Assassination. With previous attempts to translate the Hitman formula in VR falling flat on their face, all eyes are on the PSVR 2 version of Hitman: World of Assassination to deliver. It was initially slated for a December release last year, but was bumped to a new March 28, 2025 release date, which hopefully means that developer IO Interactive has had more time to get it right. Though restricted to PlayStation's sequel headset for the time being, the fact that the entire trilogy's worth of main campaign missions will now be playable in a new way is quite incredible. Here's hoping the mechanics are more refined, making Hitman: World of Assassination an ideal way to play. Of Lies and Rain. Story-driven sci-fi shooter set in a neon-drenched post-apocalypse, Of Lies and Rain takes inspiration from some of science fiction's best-loved stories and presents them within the realm of VR. The whole game takes place in the year 2048, with your job being to uncover the truth about the world's destruction and the kind of event that led to mankind's downfall. You'll fend off various types of hostile machines in the process, traveling between digital and real worlds in search of the truth. Zombie Army VR. You're always guaranteed a good time in Rebellion's horde-slaying zombie shooter series, Zombie Army, but doubly so later this year when the very first VR adaptation of the franchise releases. It promises to include all the hallmarks of the main series, such as X-ray kills, World War II weaponry, and full online co-op, only now you're brought even closer to the action. Zombie Army VR narratively takes place after the defeat of zombie Hitler, so now it's your goal as part of the Dead Hunters to clean up the undead aftermath across Europe. It looks to be a gorily good time. Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate. A complete reimagining of the original VR time travel adventure game Wanderer, 2025's take presents even more ways to unravel the mysteries of time thanks to improved visuals, controls, and physics-driven platforming. All these elements working together make Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate the immersive VR game it always should have been, as you jump, swim, and zipline throughout a variety of environments sprinkled across time. It's easily one of the most ambitious and best-looking VR games set to release sometime later this year. The Midnight Walk. From the developers behind other dark fantasy games like Fae and Lost in Random, The Midnight Walk is a darkly gothic platforming adventure that utilizes a stop-motion animation style. Although playable without the use of VR at all, it's only when playing it via PSVR 2 or Steam VR that you'll get to engross yourself fully into this world of wonder, horror, and odd characters. You'll journey alongside Pop Boy to undertake the titular Midnight Walk, protecting his flame within a world entirely crafted by hand in clay to try and survive the various nightmarish dangers that await. Stay Forever Home. Stay Forever Home makes the dream of owning an otherworldly pet a reality. The pet in this instance is Ember, a dog-like companion with plenty of personality, which Stay Forever Home allows you to look after and care for. Better yet, since this game is a MetaQuest 3 exclusive, the game utilizes the headset's mixed reality features to have Ember jump and lounge around your own actual home, in addition to a raft of colourful in-game settings. You can play fetch, keep Ember entertained, and all without fear of having your garden dug up into a mess. Stay Forever Home promises to be the ultimate VR pet game. Wrath: Aeon of Ruin VR. We're currently in a golden age of boomer shooters that harken back to the classic FPS games of the 90s. One of the best examples from last year was Wrath: Aeon of Ruin from 3D Realms, which recaptured this vibe by giving you legions of demons to slaughter powered by the original Quake engine tech. Wrath of Aeon VR takes all these lo-fi features and transplants them into a VR format, making it easier than ever for you to immerse yourself into the role of an outlander while blasting your way across various hellish worlds. There's no hard release date yet, but Wrath of Aeon VR promises to make a gutsy impact and impression. Into the Darkness VR. Placing you in the front seat of your own spy thriller experience, Into the Darkness VR aims to tell an espionage-fueled story where you're sent on a dangerous mission based within an abandoned base. In the process, you'll be fighting off reams of enemy bots using all kinds of realistic physics, letting you immerse yourself further by blasting off specific limbs of enemies and unique one-to-one gadget mechanics. This is a VR game where you get to take the fight fully back to technology. Slap Fighter VR. A VR game that's as crazy and on the nose as it sounds, Slap Fighter VR is described by its developers as, quote, the ultimate urban slap fighting game, letting you play as all kinds of eccentric slap fighters in both a campaign and dedicated multiplayer mode. Releasing on both MetaQuest headsets and Steam VR, players are invited to slap their way to the top by landing the most effective slaps on opponents and not backing down. Each character having elemental quirks brings added spice to proceedings. It's the only VR game you'll play this year where every slap counts, I guarantee you. Intersolar 83. Space games playable in VR are a dime a dozen, but Intersolar 83 aims to be unique by letting you blast across the stars within a 1980s inspired ship. You'll get to explore the galaxy using the technology of this time, managing resources and making strategic decisions from your ship to try and survive. Intersolar 83 is made even more impressive by the fact that it's being developed by just one person, with future updates planned for the game after launch, including explorable space stations, space walks, and new planetary systems to discover. If it works, Intersolar 83 could be out of this world. So there you have it, guys, in terms of our top 10 most anticipated VR games for the rest of 2025. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to the Mirror Gaming YouTube channel to stay up to date with even more videos like this. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.